Hi there, I'm Sandra, glad you could join me today. I'm going to be doing a card featuring this little cat that I've drawn, and I want to make the card a little bit heavier. So what I did when I cut it out, because this was drawn on my scanning cut, when I did the cut out around the outside edge, I did a second cut, and I did the same for the sentiment, which is just chill, and just stick the two together. So that's all stuck and I can put it to one side. I'm using a 15cm card base, though you don't have to make it that size, and I'm using a 14cm front panel. Now I've got some Memento Teal Zeal here, and I just want to put a little bit of soft colour on the edges. Nothing really harsh, just a little bit of soft colour, just so that you can see the difference between this front panel and the base that it's going to be stuck onto. And now I want to apply some texture to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a stencil that I've made, and I'm going to put the stencil on top of it like this, and I'm going to run it through my Gemini to get some texture with those square shapes on it. I've cut a piece of foam which is fractionally smaller than my front panel. Doing it very slightly smaller just means that you're not likely to be able to see it from the front of the card, which wouldn't be too clever. And so that is actually my embossed piece, and how well you can see. And then I need to put that onto here and try and make sure I get this all lined up properly. Best thing to do is to make sure, to the best of your ability, you get the top edge, the fold edge, done and lined up, because if you do have a discrepancy, you can trim those other sides if you need to. You can't trim that side. Now this particular cat, you can see I cut it with a border. There was a 1mm border on there. Now one thing that you might notice when you're drawing on your scan and cut, or any other cutter for that matter, and you're using a pen in it, when you do your offset, it doesn't necessarily give a completely even offset. Now that isn't because of the file, it's simply because when your pen is in the holder, the point of it quite often moves around just a little bit. So the line that you've drawn isn't necessarily exactly where you designed it to be. It's usually pretty close unless you've got a loose pen holder, but it may not be exact. It is coloured in, if not all that well, and I have got him on the front. And it's a nice simple card, very effective, but it didn't take very long to make, and it's just a bit of fun. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you again soon. Take care now.